Hey yo everyone, this is the HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another walkthrough episode for the game Phoenix Wright, 8th Attorney, Justice for All. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m. I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m. so you hung around the lodging house the entire time. I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. The truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright. We can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold of the night? Don't hold your tongue, Ben. Don't hold your tongue, Ben. It's your job to answer all the stupid questions. I'm sorry, Trilo. I've got to find a way to get more information out of this witness. Think about it some more, Nick. I'm sure you'll come up with something. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Who do you suppose it was waiting for out in the cold that night? Oops, I went overboard right there. Money the monkey. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it.
Well, that puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
Ah!
That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the scene. Ow! There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer.
I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain!
Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit.
More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. About the proposal.
Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket.
You were going to propose? You, a puppet?
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too.
Exactly.
His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your examination. Did you hear that? His eyes seemed a little wistful.
Don't be so surprised.
By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct, to Regina?
Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Got it? That's the truth.
What was it exactly that you plan on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty.
Answer his question. What was it?
You're going to die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca Swift looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals better, push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever put... Ow! invite you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I like to stick to the facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina.
An engagement ring?
It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it.
It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Whose pocket was the ring in?
Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You got to be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off?
I'm sorry. Really.
You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing.
Really?
Of course. I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her.
So you went to the lodging house to give it to her?
That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way.
Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me. Maximilian Galactica. When I get hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that that love creates rivalry. So what about this present? So you are still thinking of trying to give it to Regina?
Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not going to give it up that easily.
I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him that. Heck. Uh-oh, the judge has that dazed look again. Maybe you should get out more. I doubt he has it. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it?
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring?
Ah, that's mine! Give it back, thief!
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. Why then? Do I have it right here?
Ah!
What is going on here?
Ben, say something.
Don't put me on the spot like that, Trio. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean the room they put money like a bank vault?
Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money is really a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then, Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he could find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time.
Ah, yo! Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the crime. Especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what it has to do with that. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quip.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring, snatching monkey money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point. What point could that possibly be? Ben's testimony has a flaw. There is a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing a monkey, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
Ha! I told you so many times. Do you think you know my story's not changing?
You've already changed your story, Stick Boy, and I'm sure it will change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Witnessing Max.
I'll give you that. I was waiting for that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max.
That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Witnessing Max. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, who do you really think something would have slipped by me?
4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Yikes. The judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night?
Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time.
I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina.
He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes.
About what time would you say these events took place?
You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice to finish promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you could do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it? Time was it? Let me think about that for a second.
Yow!
I'm no good at this! It was 10 p.m. Ah, yes, it sounds about right.
It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene.
So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trilo. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Trilo's evening greeting. Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Ow! That hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max, but how do I go about proving that evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I could give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said.
I told you already. Jeez, I am 100% absolutely sure.
There's no way you could be any more confident than that, right? Those three ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're going to ask again, I'll answer it with a chorus everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much.
Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in this testimony somewhere. I agree, but we do have the proof to make something stick. All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that'll prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. Found inside the wooden box, the victim was hunched over it. It contains a pepper of salt. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It was locked by a small key. Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being so nice to him? Well, if I was simply just being a cordial co-worker. Broken bottle. An orange juice bottle that was found broken on the cafeteria floor. Ow, that hurt. Want to save game here because I'm about to call it a day. Broken bottle. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight over Regina to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clunked over the head.
Ah!
That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they could have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There is no way a puppet this lewd would just go up and say good evening to his rival.
Wah!
Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming he had to have seen him at the crime scene?
I didn't tell a single lie, honestly.
Dude, I see your nose growing. Like Pinocchio. It's growing out so long it's popping out of this television screen. That's enough from you, Mr. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? Let's see. He didn't see anyone. Could see the defendant. It is my belief that the witness did not see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all, which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening as he put it. Ugh! What in the world, you? Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening then? This is a person that this witness felt the need to greet that night. How about it, Mr. Quist?
How about you stop asking me these ridiculous questions? You can show me all the crappy pictures you like. There's no one I wouldn't greet. What the oak are you doing, Woodman? You better not say Trilo. Watch your mouth.
Oh, well, okay. Sorry about that, Trilo.
Order! Order! There will be order in my courtroom. Mr. Wright!
Uh-oh, now I've done it. You better rethink this line of questioning before I lose my patience with you. Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening? Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah? I suppose you got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order! How do you respond to this?
Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is high time that we cleared the air about this question. So I'm making it quite far in this case. Whew. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, to be continued, baby.